The WNBA faced a surge of backlash after a group of golf stars unexpectedly highlighted how sports icons like Caitlin Clark deserve to be treated, inadvertently casting a glaring spotlight on the league's own shortcomings. The golf world's effortless camaraderie and celebration of excellence seem to do what the WNBA has struggled to accomplish: honor a transcendent talent with grace and dignity. It wasn't a direct jab, but the message was as clear as a putt from 3 feet. Here's how it's done. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Caitlin Clark, known for her jaw-dropping performances on the basketball court, has become more than just a player. She's a cultural phenomenon. She's been heralded as one of the most electrifying athletes in modern basketball, a sharpshooter whose court vision and competitive fire rivaled those of legends. Yet, as her name was uttered in reverent tones by golfers who understand what it means to celebrate greatness, the subtle comparison to her treatment in the WNBA arena was impossible to ignore. It was a moment that revealed just how far the league has to go in learning to uplift its stars. The golf stars weren't putting on airs or manufacturing praise. They simply showed up and let their actions and words reflect genuine admiration for Clark's impact on basketball. There was no pretension, no forced applause. It was raw and authentic. The scene unfolded during a casual yet high-profile outing, where camaraderie took center stage. Golfers, unburdened by the pressure of public expectation, swapped light-hearted jokes, celebrated achievements, and most importantly, gave credit where it was due. What made the interaction so compelling was the effortless respect they showed for Clark. There was no need for an elaborate ceremony or carefully crafted press release. Instead, it was in the little things: the way they spoke about her game, the acknowledgement of her influence, and their willingness to elevate her presence without an ounce of hesitation. In contrast, the WNBA's treatment of its own star players has often felt overly calculated, as though acknowledging brilliance required a 10-step approval process. This stark difference didn't need to be shouted from the rooftops. It quietly spoke volumes. The humor and relaxed nature of the golfers added an unexpected charm to the occasion. These athletes, many of whom had their own staggering resumes, weren't afraid to poke fun at themselves while heaping praise on Clark. One golfer in particular cracked a joke about how his putting game could learn a thing or two from Clark's shooting accuracy. Another likened her no-look passes to his worst attempts at driving a ball straight down the fairway. The group's light-hearted banter was a refreshing reminder that celebrating others doesn't have to come at the expense of humility or good humor. The scene painted a vivid picture of what it looks like to genuinely champion someone's success. The golfers didn't just recognize Clark's basketball skills. They made her feel like part of their tribe, even in a completely different sport. It was a moment of unity that transcended basketball or golf. The casual yet impactful display of admiration sent an unspoken message: greatness should be embraced, not overanalyzed or subdued. Meanwhile, the WNBA's approach to its stars has often been criticized for its lack of spontaneity and genuine connection. The league, undoubtedly passionate about promoting women's basketball, sometimes appears caught in its own web of branding and messaging. The authenticity that was so effortlessly on display in the golfers' tribute to Clark feels conspicuously absent in many of the WNBA's promotional efforts. While the league frequently touts its commitment to celebrating its players, the execution can feel rigid, as though checking a box rather than creating a meaningful moment. The contrast between the two approaches raises an important question about how sports leagues, organizations, and fans perceive and uplift their athletes. For all its good intentions, the WNBA often seems to miss the mark in capturing the kind of grassroots respect that Caitlin Clark received from the golf stars. It's not about flashy advertisements or perfectly scripted tributes. It's about creating an environment where players feel valued not just for their skills, but for who they are as individuals. Clark, for her part, seemed completely at ease among the golf stars. Her competitive edge on the basketball court often comes with a fiery demeanor, but here she was, laughing along with the group, embracing the humor, and letting the admiration sink in. It was a side of her that fans rarely get to see, and it highlighted just how much of a difference the right atmosphere can make. She didn't need to prove herself or fight for acknowledgement. It was freely given, and that made all the difference. What made the moment even more significant was the context. In a sporting landscape often dominated by individualism and self-promotion, this was an example of athletes from different disciplines lifting each other up without a hint of rivalry or ego. The golf stars didn't need to engage with Clark, they chose to. That choice carried weight, showing that respect doesn't need to be confined by sport or league. It's a lesson that the WNBA could take to heart as it continues to navigate how best to celebrate its stars. The implications of this interaction extend far beyond the moment itself. It serves as a reminder that sports at their best are about more than just the games. They're about connection, respect, and shared humanity. By showing Caitlin Clark the kind of admiration she deserves, the Golf Stars inadvertently challenged the WNBA to rethink its approach. It wasn't a direct critique, but it didn't need to be. The message was in the actions, the laughter, and the ease with which the golfers embraced Clark's greatness. For the WNBA, this moment could be a turning point, an opportunity to reevaluate how it engages with its players and fans. The league has made significant strides in recent years, but there's always room to grow. By taking a page from the golfer's playbook, the WNBA could create a culture that feels less corporate and more connected. One where players like Clark are celebrated not just for their statistics, but for the impact they have on and off the court. The event also highlighted a broader issue in sports: the disparity in how male and female athletes are treated. While the Golf Stars' actions were a shining example of respect and support, they also underscored the challenges female athletes continue to face in gaining the recognition they deserve. The WNBA, as a leading organization in women's sports, has a unique opportunity to address these disparities head-on. By fostering a culture of genuine appreciation and respect, the league can set a standard that other sports organizations can follow. Ultimately, the moment between Caitlin Clark and the Golf Stars was about more than just basketball or golf. It was about the power of acknowledgement and the importance of lifting each other up. It showed that greatness doesn't have to be confined to one sport, one league, or one set of rules. Instead, it can be something that unites us, something that inspires us to be better, not just as athletes, but as people. And that's a lesson worth celebrating. The interaction between Caitlin Clark and the Golf Stars encapsulated a simple truth, often overlooked in the noise of professional sports. Acknowledgement goes beyond awards or titles. It's about creating moments that resonate, where admiration feels earned yet effortless. This wasn't just a nod to Clark's talent. It was a celebration of her as a person and an athlete who has redefined what it means to compete at the highest level. For the WNBA, the event serves as a gentle yet powerful nudge, a reminder that authenticity resonates deeper than polished campaigns. Athletes thrive in environments where respect is woven into every interaction, not as a strategy but as a fundamental truth. As the sports world continues to evolve, moments like this act as a blueprint for cultivating a culture of appreciation. Caitlin Clark deserved every bit of that acknowledgement, and in doing so, she showcased how greatness transcends boundaries. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We thrive on your feedback, so be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, keep discovering and stay tuned.